Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? Everyone doing good? I hope so, because today we're going to be playing through more Underrail Expedition again. There will be some prep here that you can skip by going down to the comments section down below, where you will find a pinned comment from me, which will have several timestamps in it. The first one will let you jump ahead past this prep to where we make a new character. The next one will skip you past character creation to allow you to get to where we begin the adventure in Southgate Station. There'll be another timestamp down there that lets you skip past Southgate Station in case you don't want to hear me prattle on with all the different characters in the game and do all the standard "hello, my name is this, what's your name? What's the starting quest you want me to do" stuff, to where we actually walk into the cave system and begin slaughtering rat hounds. Why are we playing Underrail Expedition again, I hear you asking? I mean, heck, Tim, you've played this entire game twice on your channel. You're playing through it a third time? Well, maybe, everyone, maybe. So, it's come to my attention that Underrail Expedition has had a new patch come out for it. This new patch has tweaked firearm pistols a bit, making them more appealing to take. It's added a few new feats as well in that regard. It's changed Super Steel, making it more useful for you to build weapons out of it. It's changed a few gameplay mechanics as well, and added one or two new features that I think I would like to show off. I haven't tried any of them yet. I actually had just uninstalled Underrail Expedition like 3 days ago, only to find out that this patch is now a thing. So I'm interested in seeing what they've changed. And normally, I would play through the game, get to Depot A, and do another Depot A run, showing off a character and describing the changes. But I thought maybe we could play a new character up to and through Depot A at the very least. It'll give us an excuse to see these changes from the beginning of the game, and allows us to maybe experience one or two more of these new random quests that we can get early on. I also need something that I can record so I can not feel as guilty not recording a game and doing video editing on it overnight. Phone. I'm doing my introduction phone. Oh, and it's spam. That's just the best. Let's put you over there. All right. Yeah, so I have a bad habit of when I record a game, recording like 20 episodes in advance and continuing to do that all throughout the playlist. And that will probably be the case for Underrail Expedition, this playlist right here that I'm doing. But for the games I'm currently recording for my channel, Failsail Arbiter's Mark, Star Wars The Old Republic, I don't want to get more than like one video in advance of where my uploads currently are, because I like talking to you guys and responding to your guys' comments in the videos that I play. But that's rather difficult for me to do and apply any advice you guys have for those games, because I'm like 40 videos ahead. I can't possibly apply any advice or changes or respond to your comments in-game if they're from like 40 hours ago. So recording Underrail Expedition, this will give me something that I can use my computer to do video editing with and have it compress down these massive AVI files overnight, so that I don't feel like I am not wasting time, but not recording games and taking advantage of the fact that nothing's happening during all the downtime for my channel. And that's it. I figured, yeah, this will be fun. We'll play a new character. We're going to try Oddity Mode this time together. I mean, I've already beaten the game once on Oddity Mode. It was a long time ago. But I think it would be helpful so that you guys can see Oddity Mode, because I have not played through Oddity Mode on my channel yet. And we'll still play on normal difficulty, because I like normal difficulty. It is a great difficulty. It's normal. I like normal difficulty. On that note, though, I'm going to do a shout out to another YouTube channel that I think you guys might like. There is another, well, obviously, YouTuber. His channel's name is Knife Gaff. There'll be a link to it down below in my comment section, in that same comment where I have the timestamps in it. He likes playing the game on dominating difficulty, so if you want to see the big changes between dominating and normal mode, you can go check out his playthroughs on it. He's got at least, I think, 2 or 3 where he's gone through the game on that difficulty setting. He's currently trying to play through the game on an Iron Man dominating game, and that's, woof, that is really, really something. Oh man, that is way beyond my abilities, that's for sure. I like him. His videos tend to be streams, so they're like 3 to 5 hours long, depending upon the episode he's attempting or how much time he had. And again, you can go and click on the link down there, which will bring you to his YouTube channel, and from there you'll be able to go and watch maybe a few of his videos. He tends to play the games for this game for the same reason I do, which is the enjoyment of trying new builds and seeing if you can get through the game with them. And I like that. He also allows most of his deaths to be on screen. He does his best not to die. When the situation is hopeless, he still fights to see if he can get through it, and I really admire that. Alright, so I'm going to quickly cut this because this is like my 50th take on this introduction part here, and I like how this came out. I'll be right back. Alright everyone, this is my 8th time recording this part now. Let's go ahead and hit new game. I'm recording, right? Yes, I am. Okay. Right. Game rules first. So, as I mentioned earlier, we will be playing through the game on normal difficulty again. I'm probably good enough by now to play the game on hard. I do have like 1,600 hours. But I really like normal difficulty level. It allows me to build a thematic character, which is what we're going to be doing here. So my build is not streamlined. You don't really need a min-max build, even on dominating, but it can be really, really handy to have it on the higher difficulty settings. And I like getting away with builds which are not optimized. And so, to that end, I really like normal difficulty setting. The normal difficulty setting also says right in its text, this is the way the game is meant to be played, and that tends to be how I like playing the game as well. You should know that while we're playing this game, I do not reload if I miss. If we miss 95% chances to hit in a row, which has happened to me twice, we will continue to try our best to win the fight, despite everything that goes wrong to us. All my deaths will be kept on screen, unless there is an area which is like so difficult, but yet we have to try to beat it anyway, that it would be like 50 deaths, in which case, well, maybe after like the 10th or 12th death, we'll cut out the rest until I'm actually able to beat it. We'll see. We'll see. We may not even get that far in the game, because my intention, at least, with this playlist so far, is to get up to and beat Deep Away. We will see if we do more than that based on how well this video series is received by you viewers. For the experience mode, we're going to play on oddity mode this time around. You should know from my previous videos that I am biased against oddity mode. I much prefer classic. Oddity mode is a perfectly fine way to play the game. I just prefer classic in most instances. You guys have probably by now seen oddity mode from other people's playlists or videos, so I don't think you need me to describe it, but I will tell you briefly why I prefer classic over oddity. Oddity tends to limit your levels. You will eventually run out of oddity items you can acquire, which means that you must progress the story a little bit more first in order to level. You will find yourself generally lower level compared to classic while you are in the same areas of the game. Oddity mode rewards very specific types of characters, ones that take a good amount of subterfuge abilities. This is because some oddities can only be acquired with pickpocketing, hacking, or lockpicking. You can't get them otherwise. There's only a handful of unique items which are hidden this way, but they are hidden that way. You can't get them without those things. You also probably want a high perception character, because some of these oddities are in secrets, and unless you can find those secrets, you won't be able to get them. Oddity mode also requires you killing creatures. Many people on the internet tell you that you can avoid fighting creatures while in oddity mode. This is not true. If you want every single oddity item in the game, and you do because you want to level, then you're going to be forced to kill creatures. Some of these monsters takes a while at killing them before they'll drop their oddie items. And some of these creatures drop multiples. I'm looking in particular at you, Bladelings, where I've had to kill you for 2 freaking hours to get all 4 2-point oddie items from you. And the Cave Hoppers, 45 minutes of killing Cave Hoppers to get their oddie item. We will get to witness that together, viewer, because I'm going to leave that stuff on screen. Hopefully Stig has also changed the drop rate on these items so it doesn't require as much grinding. So that's why I prefer Classic. You also get to realize your character build faster in Classic, because you will generally be max level just before fighting the end boss. On Oddity, you might not be max level even upon reaching the boss. You might be like 1 or 2 levels behind. So keep that in mind as well. But I'm babbling because we're going to select Oddity anyway. Okay, and now it's time for us to make a character. Normally, I would make a survey for you guys to vote on for who will be the character, but I've decided to choose for us this time around, so I have an excuse to take 1 or 2 of the new pistol feats. We won't get them right away, we'll get them later on as we play. One of them, according to my build, I won't be getting till a late game, which means that we might never see it, but I'd at least like to show off Gun Fu and see how it works with this character. So, we're playing Oddie mode, and I'm playing both melee and pistols, is my intention. And since we're using a subterfuge-like character, I thought it'd be fun to make Deckered from the Invisible Ink series. So Deckered, let's get my character build up over here. We'll have a strength of 6. This is because, at the very least, I want him using the Power Fist. Right? In Invisible Ink, the characters had that electronic punch, and the Power Fist seems like a decent item to use in that regard. And it needs a 6 strength to wear it. I think you can get by with a 5 strength, because the Power Fist gives you +1 strength, but I may want to make my own Power Fists later on in the game, depending upon how far we decide to play this character. Since we're using pistols and melee, I'm going to go with Dex as my primary stat. But it's only going to get C7 points, at the moment at least. Dexterity, a higher dex, lowers the action point cost of firing, to my knowledge, every single pistol in the game, so pistols will benefit from this. It also affects my action point cost for fist weapons and punches. Fist weapons in particular is what Deckered's going to be using. And because I'm leveling this instead of strength, it also affects my accuracy for melee, so I generally want a good dex. We're going to be taking agility up 2 points. I plan on taking dodge and evasion. I don't know if agility is going to be even leveled to 8, but so it's not going to be the best to level this. You could make an argument this is a really bad idea, and I should probably be using like an insulated overcoat with anti-rifle overcoat instead, and of relying on dodge and evasion. But we'll take it as usual for my builds. For Constitution, I'm gonna do something really bad and lower level it once for Constitution, so we can't take too many hits. You should expect me to die a lot more often than normal. We're also gonna lower our will 1 point as well. Deckered's not going to be a psionist in any way, nor use any of the social abilities. He was kind of antisocial and kind of a giant jerk in the Invisible Ink series. No one really liked talking with him. We're going to go ahead and lower his will for that. For perception, we are using pistols, so our chance to hit needs to be a little higher than using just a 5 perception, so we'll level this to 7. This will also let us find some secrets early on, which will be useful for those oddie items. Intelligence is at 5. Oh, by the way, down in the comment section as well, I'll have a link to this build and what I'm intending to do with it upon reaching Depot A, which I plan to get around level 10, and the very final level of it, max level 30, assuming that I was ever able to reach that high. Okay, we also need a portrait, so let's go and look for my portraits and see which one would be a good one to choose for Deckered. There's Blade. Yeah, Blade's not Deckered. He would be a good character to have made it again as well, because he's swords pistols. So he would benefit from it. But I already have like a level 24 Blade character, and I don't want to replay him again. It's been fun. Oh, hey! Terry Bogard, I forgot I even had you. complete with SNK3 logo down there too. I haven't played him in a while. Oh yeah, I forget even this guy's name. This is some guy who took advantage of lots of other people in real life and robbed them of their money. Some sort of gigantic pyramid scheme that he went to jail for. My intention was to have him have Persuasion, Mercantile, and Intimidate. I'd never made the character yet. I forget his name as well. Hey, this looks pretty much exactly like the Decker portrait, right? That's because it is. So we're gonna go ahead and choose Decker as our portrait as well. Next for skills. So, we're taking guns, and we're taking melee. Every level will see us pumping these 5 points. We want some defense, we're gonna take dodge and evasion. There we go. For our subterfuge. Now, this was where I agonized over the build for a bit, and it took me 2 hours of playing with the character builder tool until I was happy with what we have. So, this is going to be really weird to say. We're not taking subterfuge, we're not taking stealth with him. Decker, to my recollection, I think he might have had a 2-turn stealth that was usable once per mission, maybe there was a long cooldown on it, but generally the characters in Invisible Ink weren't permanently stealth. You just had to avoid enemy line of sight. So I think it makes sense that that Decker does not have stealth. This also means I won't feel obligated to take the Interloper feat, which I always take on every single stealth character. It's just too freaking useful not to have it. So, no stealth for Decker. He will take hacking, because we did that in Invisible Ink. We'll take lockpicking. And this is a bit, maybe wrong, because I don't think any of the characters in Invisible Ink had lockpick. Maybe one of the characters did, but I don't think Decker did. But because, see, let's talk about this really quick. Taking a strength of 7 would be better than 6 if I want to not take lockpicking. Why? Because that would let me use crowbars to enter vents. If I ate a Rat Hound barbecue first, you need a strength of 8 to use a crowbar on a vent to access it. Otherwise, you need lockpicking and the Omni tool to access that vent. We will be using vents to navigate around these areas, and so we will need lockpicking to get into those vents. We might as well take lockpicking anyway, because there's 1 or 2 Audi items that we'll want that will be shut behind locked doors. And again, since we're playing Audi mode, we kind of really want hacking, lockpicking, and pickpocketing. So, lockpicking it is. Pickpocketing is very useful for an Audi mode character. Number 1, you're lower level, so you're going to want more items, more cash to help you purchase equipment. We want all of those starting, what are they called? Adrenaline shots. As well, you get lots of them with a decent level of pickpocketing. So we'll take this as well. Lockpicketing, is that what I said? I think that is. Pickpocketing. We'll be able to get that key from the deals. The key. We'll be able to get the free jet ski over in the Underrail Expedition stuff if we also decide to play the game that far from Agents Incorporated. And finally, this lets us get quite a few Audi items early on in the game that we would otherwise not be able to get. No traps. No traps. Decker did not set traps. That was a different character. Or it was Incognita that did that for the Invisible Ink. So that leaves us with 15 points left to place. And I like crafting. So, I think it would make sense if Decker had an early taser. So we're going to take electronics to start here. Okay, and that will be our character to... oh, not quite yet. Our character. Feats. If I take dodge and evasion, odds are I'm taking nimble. The ability to reduce your armor penalty by 15% and then gain the bonus of dodge and evasion is wonderful. Now, Decker will probably not actually have a 0 armor penalty, so we're not going to benefit from nimble in every single aspect of it. This is because I'm probably going to be wearing a anti-thermic overcoat throughout some of the beginning sections of the game, assuming I can acquire one. And that has a 20% armor penalty to it at the very least. So, but I still want it, because I want that armor penalty lowered so I can still benefit from some of our dodge and evasion, while also benefiting from greatly reduced pistol damage, or bullet damage. And because we're using pistols, and I plan to use fist weapons, these weapons tend to fire multiple times around, and so I think expertise would be another good feat to start with. We'll do 1 extra point of damage, X points of extra damage equal to our level, up to 20 points of damage at level 20. So right now, this adds only 1 point of extra damage to us because we're level 1 for our fist, for actually any type of, as you can see, crossbow melee and bullet-based firearm attacks, which is what we're using. So I think this will be a good feat to have for us. Okay. So, if you click the skip link, then it brought you here. We are going to be playing Deckered from the Invisible Ink series. Here's my starting stats. For skills, guns, melee, dodge, evasion, hacking, lockpicking, pickpocketing, and electronics to start. And feats, he's got nimble and expertise. No stealth on this character. Might be a gigantic mistake, but that's how I'm going to do it. Alright everyone, let me save this off really quick and then I'll go ahead and hit accept. Let's do it. Alright, last topic, of course, earthquake repairs. What's the situation at the South Tunnel? Got to dig deeper to plant the explosives, or we risk more damage in the tunnel. Almost everyone is working shifts up there. Shouldn't be too long now. He nods. Gorski, how's the security looking? Got 1 man at the cave exit, and that's enough as far as I'm concerned. Automated security is strong there, and as long as we know the crossroad and the cove are clear, no one can sneak up on us. Also got 1 man at the underpassages, and he's been ordered not to open the gate no matter what. The last thing we need right now are those bloody lurkers sneaking up on us. Everyone else is at the platform, securing workers and tunnels. Good, good. If no one has anything else to add, that will conclude this council meeting. Actually, just one more thing, in case you weren't informed already. I admitted a new citizen to the station. That Deckered fellow? Yes. I think he will be a good addition to the station. He and Venzel are still at the range, but they should be done any moment now, I believe. You put too much trust in your tests, Tanner. All I care about is how he handles live action, not how many points he got. Well, we'll find out soon enough. But let's put him to work immediately. We need all hands on deck right now. Indeed. That is all. Vera, Gorski. An unexpected yawn interrupts Venzel. He instinctively raises his left hand to cover his mouth, forgetting that he is wearing a respirator. A tiny smile creeps up on your face due to this very fact. Yet you understand that after so many hours of testing, these kinds of lapses tend to sneak up on people. He soon continues. Excuse me. All in all, Deckered, as far as I'm concerned, we're done here. I've got a few other things to do, but unless you'd like to have another go at the testing range, you have no reason to stay here any longer. I'm feeling pretty tired, and it's hardly a secret you are too. Besides, I can't wait to check out my new room. I have no doubt that you'll like it. I have yet to see any newcomers complain. Nothing more to say than congratulations, Deckered, and welcome to Southgate Station. Go and get some rest. See you around, Venzel. Alright everyone, so let me go and check on the video recording because I haven't checked on any of the parts so far and make sure my voice is coming out okay. I'll be right back. Hey everyone, alright, sounds like my voice is coming out okay. Let's go ahead and wake up, see what tasks it is that Southgate Station wants me to do. Looks like we've got a new mail message according to the flashing mail icon on our personal computer. And then we'll head on out there and meet the rest of Southgate Station's civilians. Personal messages. 2 new messages. Let's read keycard from Wayne. Hi. I fixed your door, so the keycard should work fine now. In case you haven't figured it out yet, it's in your desk. See you around. And welcome from Tanner. Congratulations! You've passed all the tests we presented you in the past few weeks and have now obtained full citizenship in Southgate Station. On behalf of the entire community, I welcome you into our fold. Visit me in my office in the Commons as soon as you've rested, and we can discuss your duties in the coming days. I don't know if you guys ever noticed it, but your computer doesn't flash the new mail icon if you don't have new mail. I really like that. I don't remember that being the case when I first was playing the game many, many moons ago. Let's take all our cash and the private key card for our room. Check to make sure we don't have anything in our lockers. Oh, we do. That's right. Let's go ahead and equip our Rat Hound leather armor. And I guess we'll leave our normal clothes. Shirt and pants. It's not much, but it's better than going around naked. What do we have here? This armor is made of rat hound leather. No matter how hard you try to wash it out, the faint stench of this filthy creature remains. I don't know if I actually read all the little text on these items. The flare is an essential tool when venturing into the depths of the Underrail. It can be used to patch leather armors and tactical vests. Oh, it actually tells you that, like, you can't use this to repair metal armors. Can be used to repair mechanical pieces of gear, such as firearms, melee weapons, and metal armor. This is the internal currency of Southgate Station. Okay. I don't think we have anything in this locker. Maybe we do? Oh, we do! So we have health, hypos, and bandages. Okay. It's been a while since I started a new character from scratch, everyone. So bear with me here. Let's see. Let's go over here. Place those on my hotbar. Alright. Goodbye, apartment. Overall, by the way, this is a nice living room. A nice place to live, given the conditions in South Underrail. It's spacious, all things considered. Reminds me of my house, actually, given how small my house is. But it's nice. Yeah, nice, secure. It has indoor bathrooms close by as well. I guess the only thing I would be concerned about is the fact that we have neighbors. Alright, let's check the shelves. It's a little too dark for my liking. We'll turn on the hall lights. I guess we'll walk around and see what people have. Well, actually, we won't see what people have. Our hacking is a little too low to get into any of these doors at the moment. But I like walking around and taking a peek and making sure nothing new's in the bathrooms. Nothing's new in the showers. No one's actually in here taking a shower either. That would be a bit awkward. You're in there taking a shower and some guy just walks in, looks... He just looks around on both sides of the showers and then leaves. Like, okay, why? And his answer is, I'm just getting rid of the fog of war. It really annoys me. You'll never see me in the showers again. This is so weird. But it does. The fog of war really annoys me. All right. So we need to see Tanner. And he said he was down in the Commons and Cantina. So let's go down there to start. Okay, and these shelves aren't red. Generally, I don't think the shelves have anything ever in them, but sometimes I could swear I find something in them on occasion. Some, like, low piece of, some low crafting material or something. And when I do find that, I'm super glad because it gives me a few extra Southgate Station credits to work with at the beginning of the game. Someone's sitting in the toilet and I just walk up and open it and shut it again really quick, just to remove the little fog of war that's in them. It's so weird, Tim. You're so weird. Just browse. Oh, I suppose I should give you guys a warning as you're seeing right now. I always walk everywhere and I don't accelerate the walking. This is because it is my belief that you guys can be entertained by the things I talk about. A net to start. I mean, we're never going to use it because I'm not... Well, I will be taking throwing, but much, much later on. Around, like, level 29 or so. We can sell it for, like, 3 credits or something like that, though. And there's nothing in here. It's my belief that you guys can probably be entertained by listening to me talk, as opposed to watching me actually walk everywhere, so I don't use the acceleration. I also don't use it because I find that sometimes my reactions are a little too slow, and I will end up walking into a battle when I'm not really ready for it. This is especially true with my non-stealth characters. Oh, 2 meats. I think we just need 1 meat, so let's grab one of those. Nothing in that box, nothing in that box. Nothing in the shelves, I think, either. Okay, now something I recommend everyone do is raid the kitchen. Raid all 3 of these shelves. There are 3 of them. Yep. And any food, whatever's in there, you're taking it. Whatever you don't think is useful, you can sell for credits to Arlene? Is that her name? It is! You can sell it to Arlene for some more credits or different food, depending upon what you want or need. Always eat food if you have food on you. There's no reason not to. It increases your stats. You will be happy to have the increased stats, especially early game. Every point matters. And hello, Hadrian Tanner. The man behind the desk is Hadrian Tanner, the counselor who admitted you into Southgate Station. Even during your first encounter with him, he struck you as an unusual-looking individual. Setting aside his impressive stature, one finds it difficult not to notice how his thick, bushy hair and beard envelop most of his head. That, in addition to his opaque glasses covering his eyes, which you've never noticed him without, means that you can see very little of his face and its expression. His somewhat dirty scavenger outfit, which he wore earlier as well, clashes with the clean, finely furnished office, suggesting that Tanner probably does most of his work in the field. As soon as he finishes typing, he raises his head and reaches out to shake your hand. His big hand, tucked into dark brown gloves, makes yours seem like that of a child in comparison, and you especially feel his large fingers to be twice as thick as yours. His deep voice still feels distant and calming when he addresses you. Congratulations once again, Decker, and welcome to our small community. You scored very well on our tests. No small feat that. And I'm sure you'll turn out to be a valuable and respected citizen. But more importantly, I hope you'll find peace and kinship here, which are so hard to come by in the chaos surrounding us. I have yet to get to know the other Southgaters, but I have a good feeling I'll fit in with the rest of the crowd pretty well. He nods. I believe so too. People from many different backgrounds reside in this station. Whatever your interests may be, I'm sure you'll find someone who shares them here. I hope the earthquake didn't disturb you much and you were able to rest a bit from all the testing, for you have much work to do today. Events have transpired that require your attention. Are you ready for some field work? Ready and able, so what's up? There are multiple events I need you to take part in, but one thing at a time. First, you can have your weapon back. Lucas at the armory should have it. And while you're there, you might want to drop by the shooting range. Since you'll be doing some field work today, it might not be a bad idea to warm up in case things get ugly. Speak to Gorski if he's there. He'll help you set up for some practice sessions. However, that is entirely up to you. It could come in handy. Now, field work? Down in the tunnels below our station, just to the north of Crossroad Caves, lies a series of abandoned outposts. These outposts were built by another station a long while ago for the purpose of scouting and defense. In time, they fell into decay. I want you to retake them, so that they might once again serve the same purpose. However, in order to do so, you will need to activate the main power generator that's located inside one of them. Harold from the engineering sector thinks he knows how to get the generator operational, so he should be your first stop after we are done here. As far as I'm aware, there are a total of 5 outposts plus the one with the generator. I don't know if it's possible to activate all of them, but try and activate at least 3. You may also want to talk to Jonas at the Crossroad Watch Post. It's down in the tunnels just outside the station. You'll be pressing through there anyway. He's one of our most experienced scavengers, and he's probably seen more of South Underrail than any of us here. He'll surely have some useful advice for you. How well is this task credited? It's 300 credits. Additional 150 credits if you activate all the stations. Furthermore, you get to keep anything you find there. Why are we retaking them? It's an important strategic position should certain factions attempt to encroach further into our zone of control. Besides, cleaning them out will also push some of the unwanted wildlife further away from Southgate Station, so it is also beneficial in that regard. What factions are you talking about? Protectorate is my main concern. Though I do not expect any military action from them, they are always looking for ways to pressure us into reconsidering our official policy of neutrality. Also, further to the north and to the west of our station, there are organized bandit groups. We are not able to track their movements well, so we should not discard the possibility that they might start operating through the tunnels. Alright, I'll be off. Oh, and one more thing before you go. Pasquale, our station's chief physician, wanted to see you. So you should probably pop down to his office in the medical sector when you have time. Got it. See you later. Alright, well, before we do that, I think we'll go ahead and talk to a few people in the cantina. Hello, Wenzel. Did I tell you the one about the dude who did the range completely drunk? Oh, Jack Quicksilver is here. He looks rather shady. He's eating all alone, and he's in the corner. What's interesting, I like this, because I know quite a bit about Jack Silver now and the organization he works for, is you'll notice that no one can sneak up on him, and he has a full view of everything that's happening in this room. At the penalty that he is backed up against a corner, should someone decide to attack him, but he's pretty safe here in Southgate Station. Haven't seen you around here before. You stuck in this hole now as well? No, actually. I'm new here. Name's Jack Quicksilver. Where you from, Jack? I'm not a citizen of any place, if that's what you're asking. I travel around a lot, but when I'm not on a train, I spend most of my time in Core City. What do you do for a living? Are you a trader? Among other things, yeah. Are you looking to trade? Show me what you got. Jack Quicksilver sells lockpicks, and I am interested in them. So let's go ahead and purchase all 15 that he's got for 45 Southgate Station credits. I'll put these on my bar. Oh, right, we have lock picking. We do have lock picking. We also have pickpocket. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that no one has anything that that would be hostile or what have you to the good people of Southgate Station. Surely Tanner hired us to do this sort of thing. Like soft foam padding? Man, you could use that like a pillow and smother someone in their bed. We don't want that commoner having it. Who knows what he'll do with it. See, this guy has the right idea. Don't put anything in your pockets. Nothing. And then no one will suspect you of doing anything illegal, and it won't have to be taken from you. Like 17 credits again? Why does he have those? Obviously, he's going to buy drugs or something illegal. Actually, drugs aren't illegal, but he's insufficient skill. He'd probably do something bad with them, so we're really just helping him out. No one really complains about it either. As you can see, everyone's perfectly happy, content with me walking up and checking their pockets. Maybe everyone's just a pervert. And they like me reaching in their pockets to check things out, as it were. Maybe I shouldn't say that kind of thing out loud, but, you know, it can happen. Insufficient skill, okay. Cat! Out of the way, please. Hello, commoner. We're gonna check everyone. Check everyone that's here. Gasoline! We're gonna set fire to the cantina? I don't think so. We'll find a better use for that gasoline than that person ever will. Ooh! A health hypo, a desaturated psionic inhalant, and 15 credits. If we were playing a psionic character, this is a really nice thing to find so early. But we're not, and I think I could use the health hypo more. Now, as for Hadrian Tanner, well, we do not have the pickpocket skill to actually pickpocket him. I don't know if I've ever explained how pickpocketing works, because I had last taken it with, and originally took it with Garrett, Master Thief. So, when you search someone's pockets, you are allowed to take anything that they possess, as long as that meter doesn't turn red. You can hover over an item to see how much meter will be filled. By turn red, I guess, do you see the little area that's turning red over here? That means if I also try for the canned mushrooms that Arlene has, combat will start. So, it's a good idea that you don't walk up to someone and hit A to take all their items if your pickpocketing skill is too low. If you have the Ninja Looter feat, you can probably get away with it, but you still want to be careful about who you're targeting with that ability. In any case, that meter will, I think, eventually return to normal if you spend a lot of time in the area in particular. Don't quote me on that, though. I might be horrifically wrong there. You met Arlene during your testing period. She's in charge of food preparation and rationing. Ha! We used to make fun of Tanner's stupidly high standards when admitting new people. Not the end of the world if we get someone imperfect, he said. And here you are, bring us earthquakes on day one. Very funny, Arlene. I was only kidding, don't take it too seriously. Anyway, what do you need? How bad was it? The earthquake. For us, not that bad. The south tunnels collapsed, so the train is out for a while. The station itself didn't suffer any major damage as far as I know. I've heard it's much worse up north. Something about a Union's freighter crashing and getting buried on the side rail near Core City. Man, I can already imagine all the vermin crawling out of their holes to take a bite out of that cake, and I'm not talking about rat hounds. So what else is new, besides the earthquake? Gorski's gathering up a squad. Don't know what they're up to, but they're armed. Who's that dandy over there? She's talking about this guy. Over there? Oh, that's Ethan Lanford. What can you tell me about him? He's a handsome man. It comes to Southgate Station from time to time. Always dressed as sharp as a razor. He's always flirting with the ladies. No exceptions. I've seen him entertain quite a number of them. Well, myself included. With some unusual psionic tricks. Tricks? Well, he's whatchamacallit, temporal manipulator. He's one of those psi abilities, disciplines, but the thing he does, I've never seen anyone else do before. He can manipulate time, but only for specific objects, like slowing down a fly so it moves its wings in slow motion, or making things hover in air. That sort of stuff. It's all parlor tricks, fun and unusual, good to attract the ladies. His good looks and charisma make them stick around, though. That's his real magic. Know anything else about him? Where he's from? What does he do? Not much. He's talkative, but reveals very little about himself when you think about it. No one knows where he's from or what he does. He usually comes alone. Maybe leaves with a girl, maybe not. Depends. Always drinks fizzy water, yeah. Has that temporal manipulation thing going for him. That's all I know, really. Oh yeah, dresses as sharp as... Oh wait, I said that already. Thanks. There was something else I wanted to ask you. Yes? I'd like to order something. Okay, so let's go ahead and trade some stuff that we're not going to need. So we're not going to need the canned stew anytime soon. And I don't think we'll probably ever need the canned... Well, canned fish could be helpful, but we'll sell it. And I don't think I'll need one of the canned mushrooms. And what is she selling today? So I think we could probably benefit from an eel sandwich. And maybe can we get a rat hound barbecue as well? Yes, we can. In a perfect trade. Done. Let's quick save so we don't have to do any of the pickpocketing again. I think in the future, everyone, when it comes to pickpocketing, if I plan to pickpocket everyone, well, I guess you guys can tell me if you mind or not. Yeah, let me know in the comment section if you would mind if I pickpocket everyone on screen. I'll try to think of something witty or funny to say about why I'm doing it and why no one's reacting to it or what they have in their pockets or something of the sort. But otherwise, I can explore the place, cut the recording, pick everyone's pocket, and then turn it on again to save us time in case you guys aren't interested in that. What's your macro? You want to use the weights. Please put them back on the rack when you're done. Alright, you're not allowed to actually use the weights. If you try searching the shelves for weights, he gets really pissed off. So, in case you guys don't know, I guess I'll talk about this in case it's your first time ever seeing Underrail. Anything that's the icon turns red for means that it could be dangerous to you if you interact with it, if someone notices you interacting with it. This guy has nothing on him, so... The game should have auto-saved when I came to this floor. So we're allowed to search this shelf, but if I was to remove something from it, like this, combat immediately starts. And because of the zone we're in, now all of Southgate Station is aggro to me. Every single person. This will also be like the one time I'll reload the game in combat. Just wanted to show you guys what happens. So keep that in mind when it comes to searching stuff. If no one's watching you, you can get away with it. If we had stealth, we could turn the lights out, leave the room, shut the door. He would forget about us. Open the door, sneak in, make our way to the shelves, and take what's in it. And as long as he didn't notice us, we would be able to get away with it. The people generally don't have... what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, I can never pronounce it. I know what I want to say, but I can't say it. They're not gods. They're not want to say like omniscient, but I'm pronouncing it wrong. Omnipotent? Is that how you say it? They don't have knowledge about everything occurring all around them at all times, with the exception that everyone is aware of you should you attack or kill anyone from the station, or rather, if anyone goes hostile to you. This medical locker, by the way, as you note, or maybe you haven't, the hand is not red, so we're freely allowed to take the stuff in there without anyone complaining. The same with the foot lockers. We're totally allowed to open them. If there was anything in them, we would be allowed to take them directly in front of the doctor. A falling rock smashed his shoulder during the earthquake. If it hit just a few inches to the side, he would have been killed instantly. Rock falling on your head. Oh, wrong button, Tim. This one. Hello. We are searching for a bandage. We'll take it. I'm sure the gun on the table doesn't need it. He's fine. It didn't kill him. He's resting. You're not doing anything but staring at him. Creepily, I might add. Yeah, I'm sure everything's fine. Oh, something else I do, and there's no reason for me to do it, but I do it, is I shut all doors after I walk through them. I don't know why. Actually, I know why. It's because I don't like leaving doors open if they were shut to begin with, and most of the doors I walk through are shut to begin with, so I shut them re-entering it. I don't know. I'm weird. Ah, hello, Decker. First of all, let me congratulate you on your admittance to our little station. I'm sure you'll love it here. It's good that you came. I actually wanted to talk to you about some of the results from all those tests we did earlier. Is there something wrong with me? No, quite contrary. Sorry if I scared you. You see, test results show that you have certain amounts of psionic potential. You mean, like, I can read people's minds? No, not really. Well, not yet anyway. Perhaps one day, if you train your mind right. Allow me to explain what psionic potential really is. It's a relatively rare, inheritable, complex genetic trait that triggers development of certain otherwise latent components in the brain. It allows a person to perform some subtle psionic invocations, such as influencing the minds of others, as well as some not-so-subtle ones, such as causing radical temperature changes and telekinetic manipulations. How do I realize this potential? You must first disable your psionic inhibitor. It's a neural structure in your brain that prevents you from innervating or accessing your psionic projection centers. We assume it was designed to prevent the infants from unwittingly harming themselves or those around them. There are ways to perform this innervation by deep, extended meditation, but this can take years and years. We have more efficient methods nowadays. He reaches into his pocket, then opens his hand before you. You see a large red pill. It'll take care of the inhibitor right away, but there is one side effect I'm obliged to mention. The majority of users experience immediate and significant weakening of their immune system. And when I say majority, I mean everyone. To put it bluntly, it will severely affect your health. Therefore, the choice is yours. I need to think about this. In the meantime, I had other questions. Go ahead. Who's the dead man in the operating room? A guard found him, dying in Mushroom Cove. Identity is still unknown. Probably some scavenger, but he had very few items on him when he was found. What happened to him? Attacked by animals, the body's covered in numerous bite marks, and large chunks of flesh have been bitten off. No one knows exactly what transpired, but he was dead on arrival. Can I talk to the guard who found him? I don't know which of the guards brought him in. Malcolm, the security officer, can help you with that. He's at the cave exit on the lowest level of the station. Can I see the body? Well, what for? I may know this person. Well, I suppose I can allow it. Just don't touch the body, okay? Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about training. So at this moment, I kind of need everything that I've... Oh, not quite everything. Let's trade that can of gasoline to him for some credits. Only 10 credits. By the way, everyone, a heads up that... do I want to... No, never mind. Never mind. It's not important what I was going to say. All right, we'll get $10 for our gasoline. I don't intend on taking any chemistry or biology with this character. So, thus, any chemicals can just be sold. More dead bodies. Let's quick save. Now, you'll note that the hand is not red. If you walk in here before talking to Pascal, I believe it is. So, getting it permission from people to do things will change if you're able to access things or not in the game. Sorry, I do that a lot just to clear the little notification that I have things I haven't read up there. Before you is a body of a young scavenger, a man barely over 20, if over at all. You have some difficulty telling the age, as the damage the body has suffered really undermines your perception. Inspect the deceased. His body is covered in bite marks, with several fingers and bits of face and arms chewed off, revealing the bones underneath. You notice numerous canine teeth puncture wounds, but the bite marks appear too small to have been made by rat hounds, you think. Perception. Also, one of the fingers on the left hand exhibits a single ring mark. Unfortunately, it's everything useful you're able to determine from inspecting the body. Damn, what a horrible way to go. I keep hitting the 7 button, attempting to pick people's pockets, so that's going to go over there. Let's see what the surgeon has. Did he find anything? He found $3 on that body. The doctor will hear about this. Hey, doctor, there was nothing on the body. Just figured I'd let you know. All right. With that done, let's go ahead and get our weapons from the armory. Okay. Hello, Lucas. Oh, no, we'll wait a little bit longer. Hold on. Sorry, I want to talk about other things, but it would make sense to talk about them later. A short man rises from behind his desk with a grenade case in his hands. The heavy case meets the top of the desk with a thud, raising your eyebrows, which in turn makes the man's face turn into a smile. He removes his glove and shakes your hand with a strong, perhaps too strong grip before addressing you. Heh, don't worry, Decker. I ain't gonna blow us up. Nope. Anyway, Venzel told me you'd be staying with us for a while. Yeah, I like you here so far. Well, friend, make yourself at home. Can I have my weapon back? Oh, of course, it was the, 5mm pistol and some ammo, if I recall correctly, right? This one? He produces a pistol that is in such bad condition, people would pay to get rid of it. It was a 5mm pistol, but not that one. Then who's... Oh! This has got to be Newton's gun. Heh, my bad. Here you go. He hands you your weapon. There. With that out of the way, may I interest you in a couple more things, Yeah, let me see what you have in stock. Now, a heads up that you can ask Venzel for a knife instead of a pistol. But Venzel, this guy, what's this guy's name again? Lucas. However, if you ask him for a dagger, generally the pistol you get and the ammo you get for it are worth more than the dagger he will give you. I think that's the case 100% of the time. Possibly with the, oh, you know what? Maybe not, if you're playing on hard or dominating, because things cost a little bit more there. But if you're playing on normal or easy, you always want to ask for the pistol, even if you don't have melee, because you can trade it for the knife. See? We trade this for this knife. That's actually a higher level knife than our poor low-level pistol is as well. Anyway, we'll keep the pistol at the moment. Actually, maybe I don't want the pistol to start. Maybe I do want the knife. We have melee and knife skills, and the knife does more damage. And we'll probably find a pistol. No, we'll keep the pistol. We'll equip it actually as well. Okay, so how much money do we have? 243 credits. So if I wanted to buy that knife, how expensive is it? Oh, only 122 for it. And it's not a bad knife, all things considered. Let's take it. Let's do it. Next, we will reload our pistol. You guys haven't seen me use pistols before, so you can reload the pistols easily by holding down Shift, which will access all of the different types of ammunitions available for the pistol type in particular that you are using. If we didn't have any 5mm standard rounds, for example, it would be darkened, just like all these other types are here. You can also unload the current weapon by going over here. I think that's much easier to do than going to your inventory, right-clicking on your gun or the ammunition and refilling it there. Hey, Gorski. This tall, imposing figure of this battle-hardened veteran towers before you. You met Gorski before. He's one of the counselors that interviewed you when you first arrived. So, you passed all of Tanner's little tests and exercises. That could not have been easy, but don't think you're some kind of a hotshot now. You are yet to deserve the privilege you've been given. I understand. He nods. So why are you here? I'm here for some target practice. Go ahead, then. Yeah, but how do these consoles work? Gorski's eyes gradually move across the range, crowned by a constantly intensifying frown. He is alone with you. I guess I will have to do it. Alright, look here. It's simple. You use the console to set the target distance, right? Then you start a session. The system will track your hits and misses automatically, so you can check your progress while you shoot. When you've had enough, end the session. What distance do I set it? Well, it depends on the weapon now, doesn't it? If you've got a rifle, you can just set it to max. Otherwise, try 8 yards. Experiment a little. Got it. Thanks. Try not to hurt yourself. I don't need to do this. I mean, I guess thematically it would make sense, but I don't think you get anything for the target practice, so it can just stay there. I don't know if you use bullets, and I don't know if your weapon degrades when you do the target practice. Maybe one of you guys know and can tell me. Alright, we're almost done with this place. Let's go ahead and visit the Engineering and Cyber Labs next. There's 2 things we want here. We need to talk with Harold, about how to repower the stations down below. Ooh, and he's selling crossbow parts. We'll take the crossbow parts. Selling. There's crossbow parts in these shelves. Notice that it was red. I took them. No one cares. Keep in mind that if you put things in a shelf that has a red hand on it and then try taking them out and someone sees you take out what you put into them, you get in trouble. So be careful about what you decide to use as storage if you're doing that sort of thing. Howdy. You must be the new guy. Name's Harold. I'm in charge of this little workshop here. Oh, nice to meet you, Harold. I'm Deckered. So, you looking for something specific, or you just looking around? Tanner tells me you have a way to restore power to the outposts to the north. He nods. Right. I remember taking a look at the power generator there a while back. I couldn't do anything about it back then, because I didn't have this. He rummages through the boxes that are on the table before, producing something resembling an energy core. Rummages through the boxes that are on the table before... I probably use the word him there. Here, it's a flux controller. If you insert it into the slot at the front of the power generator, it should get it running again. After that, you ought to be able to reactivate all the outposts. I'm afraid you'll have to do that manually, though. You see, each of them has a switch that cuts off the power in case of a hazard. Got it, thanks. I'll give it a try. But first, let's see what we have to trade. So we found this soft foam padding, and we might as well sell this to him. And we'll get 21 bucks for it. So, is that what I want? Wow, he has boots. He has a low-level boot spring. It's tempting to take it. Let's see. Does he have tabby boots here? He does not. All right, we'll just trade for the cash. And we should try picking their pockets. So let's see what else Harold has on him. I don't think our level's high. Oh, it is high enough. Ah, but I can't take anything on him. It's high enough to see what's in his pockets, but not high enough to take anything. I'm just imagining that we reach into his pocket, he looks right at us, and we look right at him, and we nod our head, and he shakes his head, and then we take our hand out of his pockets afterwards. All right, let's see what she has on her. 5 credits, and we can totally take it. There's a barrel, which we're allowed to search. 2 scraps, we'll take those. And a desk. No one is within line of sight. And holding down tab, I don't see anyone, so it looks like this is okay to search. And if there was anything here, we could take it. Heads up, by the way, if there was someone stealthed watching me do that, that would totally aggro them. And we would be in combat with everyone in Southgate Station. Hey, Guron. We kind of got this men-only thing going on in this corner here. Surprise attack for the pockets. Insufficient skill. Okay. We aren't supposed to watch the arena in here, so keep this quiet, okay? There's one last thing that we want. Oh, actually, can I take an energy cell from the locker? That's actually fantastic, because we're going to want one of them for something else that we want to purchase right here. But first, let's go ahead and make sure none of these guys have like their passwords written down on some pieces of on a notepad in their pocket or something like that. That guy looks like he's clean. Nothing on him. Hello, Wayne. Yes, nothing. Hi, aren't you the guy who told me about my keycard? Talk to Ezra if you need something important. Okay. Well, if I need something important, then I guess that means you're okay with me picking your pocket. Nothing. Shut your door, too. Hello, Ezra. As he turns around to face you, you immediately notice there is something off with this man. His face is pale and hairless. He is missing one of his eyes, and instead wires protrude from his eye socket, traveling over the side of his face and disappearing down the back of his neck. The other eye is almost colorless, with the pupils so contracted that you question whether he can even see at all. He speaks with a calm and even voice. Hello, Decker. I am Ezra. I act as the head network administrator and chief of this entire engineering sector. What is it exactly that you do here? Me specifically, or the cyber department, or the engineering sector? The cyber department. We maintain and improve the station's internal network. We write programs for all automated systems in the station. And what do you do specifically? I make sure all the parts of the station's internal network are communicating properly and securely, and that all the scripts are running as they should. I also oversee all operations of the engineering sector. Okay, so he sets up cron jobs and makes sure that the network is working correctly. I guess making sure routers are working fine and wires aren't fraying and what have you. Let's talk about something else. Such as, do you have anything to barter? We want a hacksaw. 200 credits for one. So let's purchase one. 20 credits for it. I usually forget to pick one of these up, so I'm super glad that I did not. And we found a free energy cell to power it up. Let's go ahead and put you here. You need a hacksaw to do any hacking. Without it, you can't do it. Alright, everyone. So with all that done, let's head on down to the cave tunnel exit and docks. We could try to sneak a few oddity items from some of the upper caves to start, but it's kind of dangerous, and we're playing only on normal, so I don't think we'll have too much trouble. Hey, Malcolm. The man greets you with a warm smile. Ah, Decker. Good to finally meet you. I'm Malcolm. How can I help you? Do you know anything about the scavenger from Mushroom Cove? Well, one of the guards found him there, dying, just as I was starting my shift some hours ago. He was horribly mauled by something, with bits of flesh dangling off. Wasn't side beetles, that's for sure. Terrible things happen out there all the time, but this man was still alive when he was brought through here. Now that's something you don't see often. Sadly, that didn't last, as he died before reaching the medical level, though. Did he say who did this to him? No. Mushroom Cove's full of side beetles, but this doesn't look like a product of their psionics. How do I get there? It's a wet cave a bit south from here, but I advise going against there right now, Decker. It's a dangerous place for a rookie. Okay, well I need to get into the caves anyway. You didn't get your access card yet, right? Yeah, should be around here somewhere. Starts looking through the drawers. There it is. He produces a red access card and passes it to you. Now listen here. This is the procedure. When you want to leave, you let me know, and I'll open the inner gate. You then step into the transition room. Then I close the inner gate and open the outer gate, and off you go. Alright, now when you want to get back in, use the card I gave you on the console outside. Stand in front of the camera so I can confirm it's you. Then I'll open the outer gate. Earlier, We used to do bioscanning every time when someone passed, but since no one ever showed a positive, it became a nuisance. What if I do contract the disease? They'd be kind enough to inform me so I can activate the turrets. They'll shred you to pieces. We'll burn the remains, and everything's good. I'm just kidding. Or am I? Alright, open the gate, please. I'm off to the caves. He nods. Oh, and here's a tip for you. If you find yourself surrounded by rat hounds, use flares to scare them away. They'll be back, though, so try to stick around. Thanks. I'll keep that in mind. You're good to go. Alright. How'd we go? I have not forgotten about eating food yet, by the way. I'm just waiting until we're out in the cave system before I do so. I hate Fog of War. I hate it! Fog of War must be defeated. We must destroy all Fog of War. All of it. Let's walk down here first. Oh, there's an old man. There's old Jonas. Next to an old locker, wearing old boots, an old coat. And he'll probably greet us with an old smile as well. Okay, that leads south, which is not where the stations are. So let's head over here. And say hello to Jonas. Hey, Jonas. An old man wearing an old coat, old pants, and old boots introduces himself with an amiable smile. Ah, it's young Decker. Off to do some hunting? Yeah, what is this place? This is Crossroads Watch. The only way to get into our station from the tunnels is through here. What are you doing here? Hey, sorting through some goods I scavenged today. Want to take a look? See if there's something you like before I take it back to the station? I offer a fair bargain. Yeah, let me see what you have. So he has a few more lockpicks. And he also has a supercharged lithium cell. Let's see how much one cell and maybe 5 more lockpicks will cost us. 35 credits, let's do that. So, I hear you're very knowledgeable about the tunnels, and I could use some advice. I've been crawling through them tunnels all my life. What do you want to know? What can you tell me about the abandoned outposts nearby? The nearest one is just north of Crossroad Watch. They stretch to the east and to the west from there. They were built by Omega Station, but are somewhat in ruin since we put them out of business. Plenty of rat hounds there now. Oh, if you're heading there, could you do me a favor? I was scavenging near those outposts a while back, and I think I lost my digital watch there. Old thing. It was about this big and made of metal. It doesn't have a strap, so I keep it in my pocket. It must have fallen out somewhere. Could you keep an eye out for it? If you bring it back, I'll make you a good bargain for it. Metal detector's on. I'll have your watch back in no time. I'm not getting my hopes up, but good hunting. How much damage did the earthquake do to the surrounding tunnels? Well, a lot of the passageways have caved in. I'd use dynamite to clean them up, but Tanner confiscated all of it to make it available for clearing up the south tunnel. Can't say I blame him. The metro's more important. The passage to the lake is clear, though, if you're up for some fishing or something. Can you tell me a bit about the creatures that inhabit these tunnels? Well, there's cave hoppers, mole crickets, rat hounds, side beetles, and rarely shadow crawlers. What critter are you interested in? Tell me about rat hounds. Rat hounds are ugly, smelly, mangy, disease-ridden, dog-sized rats. You can find them anywhere. If you can't find them somewhere, know that they'll get there too, eventually. Individually, they're not so tough, but they usually move around in packs, sometimes hordes. They're very good pack hunters, so don't let them surround you. If you're in a pinch, throw flares. They're deathly afraid of fire. Alright, Jonas, take care, man. Alright, well, he doesn't mind us looking in the lockers. We get another flare. Dirty Rat can stay there. Nothing in that locker. And I remember how the bats made me jump when I first started playing this game. So it looks like the cave-in sealed off any passage to the east from here. You can't do anything about the rocks, to my knowledge, so early on in the game. They resist all damage that you do. They're impervious to our 5mm bullets, that's for sure. And any attempt we have of this... Oh, as you approach the passage, you can hear faint squeaking sounds coming from up ahead. A pair of red, beady eyes blinking in and out of the darkness. I like this. Reminds me of Fallout, when you first walked out to the cave system from Vault 13. Okay, time for some food. So, let's have us a cave hopper steak to increase our agility by 1. Alright, everyone. Time to test our character. In case I haven't mentioned it already, the very first time I walked out here with a character, that character had like 5 in every stat. And I took the psionic pill. And I was unable to kill the starting rat hounds. And I died like 5 times. I had to leave that character. And I was like, okay, I've obviously made a problem with this character. Let me try a more focused build. Yes! Dead rat hound. Oh! What were the changes done, I'm hearing you ask? Why are we starting over? Because of those changes for the patch. So, all of the pistols' base crit chance was improved by 3%, from 7 to 10% now. So we have a slightly higher chance of critting with our pistols. There have been some new feats added to pistols as well now. There's gun fu and bullet time added. I plan on taking both of them with Decker, although one far earlier than the second. Now, I've not recorded Oddie mode before, so maybe this is your first time seeing it. Notice that we killed that rat hound, and notice that our EXP bar didn't gain anything for the effort. This is because we don't earn experience points in the same ways that we've earned them in the classic mode. You only earn experience points by completing quests in this game, and by finding oddity items. That's it. I think. I don't think there's any other way you get them. Maybe very, very rarely you will earn an oddity point item from walking into an area if it, like, triggered you earning an oddity point, but I don't even think that's the case. Don't want to take 65% chance to hit? No, we're not going to shoot. We're going to back up. Okay, let me kill this one first, because this one sees us. Yes! No corpse, though. Switch to our pistol. And rat hounds can't open doors, which means we can shoot them through the gate. And right away, I can see, I'm remembering why I dislike Oddie mode. So we killed 4 rat hounds, and we got no Oddie item from them. I guess I should be a little more fair. So, monsters drop oddity items in this game. They have to be, well, and some people, but the people that drop it are very rare, and there's only like a few specific people that drop an oddity item, or have them in your inventory for you to pickpocket. Most monsters, if not all monsters in this game, do have oddity items that you can get by killing them, but it's a random drop. I swear to you that I have reached the guy guarding the last power station without finding a single rat hound ear, and I had to do that fight at level 1. It's grueling doing that fight without gaining a level to start. Actually, that's not true, Tim. No, you've gained... No, is that right? I think so. Yeah, because that character wasn't able to access all the starting areas for their oddity items that were within them either, because he didn't have high perception to see the secrets that were within there, and he didn't have lockpicking to get in. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, hold on. Sorry. I've beaten this game before, and I should be playing a little more effectively. Let's see. So we can't get in there. We need lockpicking 10. We have lockpicking 10, but there's another way to get into that area. And that's through that secret trapdoor that we just discovered. Border Guards orders. These old bloodstained orders were issued by the Omega Central Command to their border guards. The orders state that the guards are to shoot anyone they perceive as Southgate Station member on sight. Also, 1,000 Charon's bounties placed on one called Gorski. So, this will give us 1 oddity point. There we go. And we need a total of 4 of them to level up. Every time you level, the amount of oddity items that you require to level up, I believe, increases by 2. Up until you require, I think, 25 total. And at that point, they no longer increase. You always need 25 points to level it up. I think that happens around like level 18 or so. Health hypo. We know the switch won't work at the moment. We need to restore power to this area first. Some bullets, a side booster, 20 more 5mm bullets. A net, some ampoules. We're going to take all of this stuff. It doesn't weigh very much, and it's worth a bit of cash. And as you can see, we snuck into this building. We didn't have to kill the rat hounds, but we want to kill every rat hound we discover until we get all of the oddity items that they drop. 2 health hypos. Another net. Lots of nets today. And more border guard orders. That gives us 2 oddity items. Alright, so where are we going, Tim? Let's go ahead and get the power turned on. The power generator building is off here to the left. Thank you for moving right up to me. We still weren't able to quite kill you. Darn it! Okay, hit me all 3 times. Hey! Fancy rat hound ear. This rat hound was sporting a small gold earring for some reason. That is one of the oddity items. You might have noticed that on our oddity items, it says, study this item to gain 1 point of experience. You can study this type of item up to 3 times. We are allowed to gain the experience points that these border guard orders offer us up to 3 times. After which, if we find any more of these, they will not do anything for us. We'll earn no oddity experience points for them. The same for the fancy rat hound ear. So this means that I only want to kill, or rather I only have to kill, up to the amount of rat hounds until I get that many oddity items, before we never have to kill them again. Unless, like, we can't sneak past them, or unless we want to kill them for their creature bits, their leathers, or their hearts, for example. You'll also note that we've generated all those hit points. You regenerate hit points automatically if you were at 86% of your life or higher. Alright, this will be the first big... Well, this isn't so tough. Okay, he went in a different direction. Let's open that. Step up a little bit, and then step back. Okay. Oh, hold on. There's something new here, everyone. Supposedly there's a new button I can press so that I don't accidentally, in combat, touch a door or search a corpse. Where is it? Prevent combat interaction. So this is new. This was added in the most recent patch. Disables interaction with all types of containers and usables while in turn-based mode. This may help to prevent you from accidentally opening enemy remains or other containers instead of taking a combat action. Clicked. That is amazing! That is amazing. That was one of my biggest complaints about this game when I reviewed it, is how and you might have noticed if you watched my other playlists or other videos I've done on Underrail, that after combat, I go around and click on all the bodies and remove everything they have and stick it into some container or move it someplace where if they respawn, I won't have to accidentally click on them. That is such a useful tool. Holy crap. As long as I'm talking about useful tools and/or controls, there's a few other things you guys should know. So, first off, clicking that looks like it means I can't interact with the door at all. Nice. Okay, so that's great. So if you don't ever want to accidentally shut or open a door, which can totally happen, click that. You can also, I believe, hold down... Is it Alt? Nope. Is it Z? No. Is it Tab? I thought it was Alt. I think it's Z. Yep. Z will prefer, if you hold down Z, your targeting reticule will prefer to target enemies over anything that might be present over that enemy. So for example, I'm not moving the mouse at all. Right now, if I was to hit the button, I would shut the gate. But if I hold down Z, I will instead target the Rat Hound. Keep that in mind when you play. Also, if I wanted to move someplace but the door was in the way, I could hold down Alt. Alt makes it so that the game prefers targeting the ground, the spot on the ground, rather than any creature and rather than the door or any interactable. You can also hold down, I think, is it Shift? Yep, and you can zoom in using the mouse wheel as well. Zoom in and out 200%. Alright, let's kill this. Oh, Rat Hound, that was a gun. That was really bad. Oh no. Okay, we just fired a gun. So sound travels in this game. So yep, we're gonna get some enemies showing up here now. So I could shut this door. And shoot at them maybe twice. But they're gonna run around the corner because they and I both know that there's a way to circle around to get to me here. So I'm not gonna shut the door, and instead... Oh, I have that selected. We're gonna go ahead and open this door and move up into it like this. Now, only one of them can get me. And I guess we can move up and still stab them. Oh, nice. This is a carving knife. Control P. Control P? Oh, doesn't work. Okay. Doesn't work in combat, I guess. Oh, that's good. Darn it! Hit me all 3 times. Okay. We'll slice you up. Bring it, doggos. Alright, and we'll... Can I make it? If I move out here to fight them, I don't have the movement to get back inside, so we'll stay inside and shoot this time. Always use choke points if you can. If you have to deal with melees and or are going to deal with them one at a time, always do so. I normally would want to move away, but this Rat Hound has movement to catch me, and I don't want to get surrounded in case another one's like right here and wants to run around the corner and get me. Darn it! I should have moved away. When I had to move, I wouldn't have been attacked by this one. All right. Carve you up. Is that the last of you? Let's shut the door. All right, we lived. Not bad. Let's bandage ourselves up. And what did they drop? All right, we leveled up. So we got another oddity item from that, another Rat Hound ear. So we don't need the heart. Another Border Guard's orders. Let's take that. The side booster and the bullets. And the rest of this, we'll take the lighter. I like having a lighter. It's used for a handful of things in the game, but nothing that I think I've actually been able to discover a use for. But I like having a single lighter on us anyway, so we'll take it. Another heart. Let's just take that. Heart and leather. We can leave the hearts here. Hearts are worth almost no money, and they weigh quite a bit. Like, that's 7.5 weight for 3 hearts. So I'd rather hold on to that weight for things that are worth a little more money than them. Okay. So I leveled, but I don't have my internet up. So let me move you over here. Actually, I'll be right back. I'm going to pull up my build. Okay, so let us level myself up. So we've hit level 2. And the only thing we're doing this level is everything is getting 5 points in it. Everything I have, we improve it. Oh! That's interesting. Look at this, everyone. Some of these are yellow now. I think that means that we're benefiting... One of these is benefiting from another ability of some sort. Another skill, rather than just our flat stats. I like that. Okay, we get another feat. And we're taking Gunslinger. Reduces the amount of action points required to fire pistols by 3, and increases initiative by 7 while wielding one. Only applies to firearms. In other words, I don't think, like, chemical pistols, energy pistols, doesn't count for them. It's gotta be one that fires bullets. And sure enough, as you can see down here, the amount of items that we require has gone up by 2. We need 6 total now to level. Let's insert our flux controller. Flux controller inserted successfully. Flux controller status off. Why would you want to leave it off? Well, if you're stealthing, you might want to walk around and clear out all the enemies from these areas first. But we're not stealthing, and the light may actually help me hit enemies a little bit better. So we're gonna instead power on the systems now. Bolts. I guess I can take the crossbow bolts. They can be sold to Logan. I think that's his name. For some credits. So, because now we have Gunslinger, I want to make sure that I always have my pistol in my hand to start. Because we won't benefit from the +7 initiative if I have something else equipped. Let's head up this way. I saw you. Why'd I shut the door? Why'd I do that? Okay, let's move over. Oh, I have this selected. Aha! I guess what I'm going to move here, I'm going to shut the door, and then I can just shoot you. How many points does it cost me to fire a pistol? It is 12 action points to fire this pistol. And normally, does it tell me? 16 normally. So our dexterity lowered it by 1 point, and now that feat is lowering it by another 3. Nice! Our third and final Rat Hound ear. That is very kind. Wow, that is very kind indeed. Thank you, game. So early on, I was like, I hate this. We've killed 4 Rat Hounds, like, got a single ear. But we actually got all 3 ears before I even reached the one very difficult power station to turn on. Maybe Stygian Software has improved the drop rate of these items. That would be wonderful if that was the case. It doesn't hurt you to have them in the creature's inventory whatsoever. They don't weigh anything if you pick them up. So, yep, so notice here that the studied is in red. This means that when we pick this up, we gain nothing from it. Some black cloth. Another cell, a side booster, and a health hypo. Power on this station. And there's a box here that I wasn't ever able to open earlier because none of my other characters had hacking, at least in my playlists, but now we do. We need a hacking 15, and I think we've got that. I think we have 20-something. And we get a pistol. Another 5mm Hawker. But this one is slightly better, I think. So something that I do is, well, I guess everyone does this, but the way that I view how good an item is by looking at its, well, in addition to all its statistics, I suppose, but you can do a once over of the item by looking at its durability. Take the number there in the durability and divide it by 100. That is the level of the item that you picked up. This is how I view it. I'm probably the only one in the world that views it this way, but I think it is probably pretty accurate. This is a level, what I consider 2 pistol. It does 10 through 17 damage. This is a level 1 pistol. It does 10 through 16 damage. The stats otherwise are exactly the same. So we'll go ahead and equip the new pistol, and we'll take the bullets out of the old one. And then we'll reload our new pistol, and we'll do 1 more point of max damage. What's the difference between all the pistols, you're asking? Well, different pistols have different magazines, different calibers, and this means that they do like a .44. It does significantly more damage than a 5mm pistol, but it also requires significantly more action points to fire it. You'll fire like a 44, like a Magnum. You'll fire that maybe once or twice in a combat round, whereas a 5mm pistol you'll fire that like 4 or 5 times, depending upon your feats. Maybe even more, depending upon if your dexterity was higher than mine is. So a 5mm pistol is best against a lightly armored target, while the .44 would be much better against a heavily armed target. Now, let's see. Okay. Do I want to shoot this barrel to kill these rat hounds, or do I save the barrel and try to use it to help me with the oncoming more difficult fight? But it's very tricky to use it in that way. I think we'll try to hold on to the barrel. I can probably kill these rat hounds. I think there's going to be 4 of them without worrying too much. Oh! I hit the wrong button. I hit Q to shoot. I'm playing various other video games, and instinctively, I went to Q to shoot. Okay. This might be a little tricky then. Let's also try getting away. Also, by the way, because we leveled up, this means my expertise feat now is adding 2 points of damage to us instead of just 1 point of damage. You can see all of your combat stats by hitting C, and then going to offense. And we can see that we do actually 8 through 16 points of damage with our dagger, 12 through 20 with our pistol. This, I believe, takes into account any feats you have and the total amount you place into your weapon skills. Increasing your guns in melee not only helps you hit enemies, they also increase the amount of damage that you do with these weapons. I think it's 1%. For every single point you put into it, I think. Don't quote me on that, though. I might be horrifically wrong. Hopefully I'm not, though. Right, let's carve up a rat hound. Darn it. The only bad news about this bleeding pistol is that the rat hound dies, and then the next one gets to go because it died and its body vanished. I'm going to go ahead and maybe shoot this one instead. I can't. Okay. Carve this one up. Two criticals. Another hat, another heart. Hey, that looked like the watch. You found this old wristwatch inside a dead rat hound of all places. What else do we have? Healthy animal heart. It's still filled with healthy blood that can be extracted for medical purposes. And we've got rat hound. Rat hound's skin can be turned into a suit of leather armor. How's our weight holding up? 47 and a 106. We don't want to touch the explosive barrel by accident. One of the few times you'll see me leaving a gate open after I pass through it. Alright. Let's see. Normally by now I've gotten at least one grenade, but we have no grenades for this. So let's see how this is going to work out for us. Hello, person with crossbow. Oof. 25% chance only to hit him with the net. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to shoot him in the face. So, oh, that's only a 49% chance to hit. Right, we also have to move up to do it. So let's end combat and move up so we can start combat right from here. And here we go. All right, first real test of our character. I think we shoot the rat hound. It's so close to us. And then my chance to hit isn't so bad. Ooh, good critical hit. I think I have enough to just barely round that corner, or this one. So I think what will happen here is we have aggroed all of them, but I don't think that their rat hounds are in the way of the door. Oh! Okay. That's kind of what I wanted. Let's get some more distance. Hello, let's go. Oh, Milan Ratula. You are not standing in the place you want to be standing in, sir. Assuming I can hit this explosive barrel with one of these shots. Thanks for playing. Where's your rat hound friend? Dead. That was a piece of cake. I love that barrel. That barrel is my good friend. Gritsko. In the back! Alright, what do we get from that guy? So we got a knife, low level, level 2. Our knife is level 6. Our knife is better. A low level damaged crossbow. We'll still take it. Our own knife could maybe use a repair, but we'll hold off on that at the moment. We gained 3 poison bolts. And it looks like that's it. Okay, not bad. Some decent stuff. A health hypo and some bandages. 17 on this box, but we've got a hacksaw to help us do it. A bottle! Useless! So, the loot you get in items is random. Most of the time, it's not too useful. Some bullets, maybe like some crafting materials, probably low or average level. This area will definitely be low. But sometimes it contains some good stuff, or stuff that's worth quite a bit of cash, even if you don't intend to use it, like a shotgun. Maybe it might be heavily damaged, but totally worth repairing, or a sniper rifle. In this case, these boxes didn't have anything useful in them. The junk pile does. We get a chew toy. Study this an old dog's chew toy, and we get 2 points of oddity experience points for that. Very nice. We're almost leveled up again. Throw the switch. And we'll go this way. Hello, Mind Shroom. Don't mind if I do. Haha! The puns! I know that's why you're all watching this video series, the puns. The elevator is fully operational. Let's go to the lower level. You should always have your pistol in your hand, Tim. Bullets. Side boosters. And a locked locker. It is true to its namesake. It's not called opener. Or opener. Hey, a new item. Omega ID card. Having one of these, well, new item. They're all technically new, Tim, inside of the thing you haven't opened before. Having one of these must have meant a lot back in the glory days of Omega. Nowadays, it serves as an obituary. So, there is one thing, by the way, about Oddity Mode that I haven't talked about. You've heard me complain a large amount about Oddity Mode, but it's not a bad system. I just wish I didn't have to grind for some of the oddity items to drop from some of the creatures. I feel that Oddity Mode is a more realistic way of earning experience points in a video game. We are gaining knowledge based on what we kill only a certain amount of times, right? After killing like 10, 20 rat hounds, we have a generally good idea of how to kill rat hounds. It wouldn't make sense that killing them again, like another million of them, would level us up. There's not really much more we would gain for knowledge from them. So it makes sense with Oddity Mode that way. You also gain experience with Oddity Mode by finding like items that would maybe help you with hacking, some old information, help you with the lore of the world, information about the monsters that you're killing, and it would make sense thematically for all of this as well to help you level up because, well, you apply all the knowledge that you're getting to your various skills, as opposed to us just walking around in the caverns and killing, let's say, 30 crawlers, and then we can level up our lockpicking, when we didn't spend any time lockpicking to level ourselves up. So on that note, it's great. It feels good. But I still don't like the grinding. And I don't like some of the gameplay restrictions for Oddity Mode. That's lockpicking. We can't lockpick a box, Tim. At least not this one. A level 3 knife, some bandages and a health hypo. Some cave hopper armor. Am I willing to drop some mechanical resistance for an agility? I think I am. They're both level 2. Let's do that. Now, oh, okay, yeah, we get another Omega ID card and that'll level us. And there is almost always a leather armor blueprint in that shelf. Neither of those will be helpful. They can stay there. So, that rat hound will get nothing for fighting it. But there might be an oddity item in that barrel. So, oh crap! But I need lockpicking if I want to open that up. I'm gonna go with there probably isn't anything in there. Hello, climb over agility 7. I should totally save this for the eventual day, sometime like 2 decades from now, when I actually make that tutorial. To show off why it might be a reason why you might want to consider stats beyond their skill usage. Well, I like the sound effect. We get 2 mushrooms, mind shrooms, and some rubble that has a trilobite fossil in it. A perfectly preserved trilobite fossil. For another point of oddity experience points. And we leveled, so we should totally do that. More guns, more melee, more dodge, more evasion, more hacking, lockpick, pickpocketing, and electronics. No feat on the odd levels, only on the even ones. I suppose I should also point this out. Note that when I hold down tab, we can see the ladder, and we can see the rubble. But we didn't see this as interactable. Right, let's see. Does it show up if I hold down tab when I'm over here? It does. Okay, never mind. Okay. Oh, but we had to be within a certain distance. Yeah, we had to see it. Sometimes, when you hold down tab to look at things, it doesn't show up, even though you would have knowledge about it. Just keep that in mind as you play, if you're playing this game for the first time after seeing this video. Do I really want to do this? I don't think there's anything down there, Tim. Nothing down there but combat. I'm gonna go with there's no reason for us to go down there. Now, there might be. There might be barrels. There might be another piece of rubble that has some oddity item in it. I don't think there is, so we won't bother exploring it. However, this is normally not what you want to do in oddity mode. You want to go and explore everything on the off chance it might have some sort of special or unique oddity item down there. I suppose this is a good place as any to also mention that oddity modes dropped by monsters or people are generally random in nature. There's a few exceptions, like I can think off the top of my head like 1 or 2 times from lunatics that I know a certain lunatic has a guaranteed oddity item on them. But most of the time, it's going to be random, if the creature drops them at all. Most monsters in the game, so Psy Beetles, Crawlers, Burrowers, Rat Hounds, obviously, Sea Serpents in the DLC, Siphoners, these monsters drop an oddity item of some sort. There's always something from their loot pool. People, as I've mentioned, generally don't. Most lurkers don't. However, you might... There's like, again, a handful of them from certain factions that do. And the only way you'll find them is to kill them. So this means that even if you're playing an oddity mode, you're still going to kill everyone. The vast majority of the times. And do I actually want to walk over there really quick? I don't think I do. Oh, but I do want to turn on the power here. I've seen the internet say that you don't have to kill anything on oddity mode if you don't want to. False! You're killing everything anyway. You gotta do the arena. You gotta make a combat character anyway, no matter what. You have to... Well, I don't want to ruin the end of the game in case you haven't seen it, but the final boss... Probably going to be fighting him in some capacity as well, so... Alright, is that everything? So we turned on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... And I think the one the generator is in was also turned on. So I think that's all of them. Let's just get rid of this little bit of fog of war. Oddity items, by the way, that are not dropped by creatures are always, to my knowledge, in those locations in which you find them. So that, for example, that dog Chew Toy, is always in that pile of rubble. The items that we found, those Omega ID cards and the border guards orders, those are always in those shelves or barrels that we found them in. They're always there, guaranteed to be there. So if you know where those oddity items are, you can probably skirt around some creatures and try to level yourself up before you actually fight various enemies. Hey, old Jonas. Back again? What can old Jonas do for you, youngster? I think I found your watch. Show him the watch you found. Ah, that's the one. Where'd you find it? You really don't want to know. It's covered with... You're right. Best I don't know. So, can I have it now? There's a few special items I can offer you for it. Rummages through his backpack. I've got this here powerful submachine gun. Perfect working condition. I've got a set of healing hypos. These are good for you. And I've got these here fine-looking boots. Look at them. They are fine. The machine gun is probably worth the most trade value, so I'll have the submachine gun. Here you go. May it serve you well. See you later, old geezer. We got a Jaguar .62 millimeter. That's not a steel cap, but still, that's a decent weapon. It'll do more. No, it does less damage actually, Tim, than your current pistol. Oh, but the base action points of fire are even lower. However, does this count as a firearm for gunslinger purposes? I don't think it does. It says pistols, so no. We have to have a pistol in our hand, not an SMG. Oh, did that come with bullets in it? It did not. Okay. note that I didn't search the people's pockets for a few of the vendors that we talked to, like Urza. We don't have the pickpocketing skill to even make the attempt. So I'm not going to bother even attempting it at this point in the game. Alright, should we stop here? Let's go back to the armory, and we'll vendor some of the stuff we found. Same thing with Harold, or any of the stuff we found. We'll try to see if we can get some cash for it, and then we'll call the session. Hey, Lucas. So, you're buying 2 firearms. We have 2 firearms. So we'll sell both of these to you. What do you have? So as tempting as it is to buy armor, I think we can, I know where there's some decent armor waiting for us. So I'm going to hold off on buying that. Do you sell, sometimes he'll sell tabby boots as a recipe. If he is, I would not mind having it. Nope, he does not today. Do I want to take a hand? Let's see, do you sell... Well, we don't have any mechanical, so it's pointless for me doing that at the moment. Let's see, are you selling a pistol? A better pistol? Level 3.672 Hawker. That's not terrible. 10 through 26 mechanical damage for 20 action points. Slightly higher level. We'll take it. He's also buying 3 melee weapons. Okay, good. So we're making a small profit on that. We'll sell him the bolts. Since this is a 7.62 weapon, our 5mm rounds won't do anything for us. I don't think there is such a thing as an 8.6mm pistol, so we'll sell him those bullets. I don't think there's a 12.77 either. But I'm going to need some 7.62 rounds now, so let's see. Get Deckered hollow point. Let's see. Maybe we take like 22. Can we afford those? Just barely. Anything else he's buying? Nope. Okay, let's do this trade. As I look over at my 5mm. I want to sell this stuff. I generally don't like 5mm pistols. I guess we'll hold on to the bullets in case I do find a good one early on in the game. Alright, let's make this trade. Yeah, make this trade, Tim. I was about to say, actually, we could sell this pistol, too, but no, we'll just do this. Okay, and then we'll reload this pistol. Let's go upstairs, back to Harold. And we will sell him. Any garbage we picked up that we don't need or want. Which is only this black cloth. So we'll vendor this to him. It's only 18 credits, but it'll totally be worth it. See anything else? Nothing here. We have lots of leathers and some hearts. These will be used in the agronomy and pens, but we'll do that later. Okay, so let's stop here. Alright, so thank you all for watching. Hopefully this was fun. Nothing really that new yet, other than an extra 3% chance to crit on the pistols, but it's fun to play the game again. And again, my intention for this playlist is to at the very least get to Depot A and defeat Depot A with this character. And if we play it more, great, but well, we may decide not to, depending upon how popular the playlist is. In any case, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Oh, and don't forget to check out the comments section for the links I have to this build, in case you're curious what I plan to do with it, and also to Knife Gaff, another YouTuber who is doing Underrail videos, and he's playing in particular on Dominating. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.